for sure.
Yes, sir. We are live, giving our folks a couple minutes to get in for those watching on the replay. This is the By the Hood Friday Live, brought to you by By the Hood, in conjunction with By the Hood. What's up, bro? How you?
Man, I'm good, man. How you living?
Oh, man, I can't complain, man. You know what I'm saying? We missed last week because, stuff was going on, was on the road, but we are back, you know what I'm saying, to kick it with our folks. You know what I mean? How was you? How your week been, brother?
Man, my week been absolutely chaotic, but it's been good, right? Because our options plays was good to me.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is all the stuff that I do on my phone for the daily Bitcoin, and I got these miners. I got alarms set to do all of that stuff. So I've been just collecting money from these DeFi miners and from the free Bitcoin stuff that we've been talking.
Listen, bro, that's the objective. The objective is to figure out a way to, get paid when you ain't doing nothing, man. So
I've been collecting a nice little chunk of change every day, like more than most people collect at work.
Hey, that's what it's about, man. Just gotta be safe though, because you don't want to end up like Compound.
Oh, man, listen, and then what's the name? And I gotta say, I got put on to them. I still got them gaming miners that we had for the last 6 months. Them Jones just producing. I've been told to sit on those, so that's what I've been doing. And so
the Aether.
Yeah, man.
So some of our folks are coming in now, man. We were trying to wait a couple minutes for our folks to come in. So for the people that are here, do me a favor, please hit the like button, hit the love button to show us some love, so this is shared with other folks that are on their timeline. We appreciate you, because I see, we got one heart up here, but we got 50 times more people watching than we got love. So show us some love across both platforms, because we are live right now on Facebook as well as YouTube. Though, let's see who's here so far, man. We got Fred in the building.
Go to his podcast, Fred Talks.
What's up, bro?
Fred TALX. Fred Talks.
Yes, sir. Fred Talks. Don, what's up, beloved?
Don, what's the home
warming, Don?
Was really good.
AE in the building. What's going on? How you?
What's
goody? Rochelle's here. What's up, Rochelle? How are you?
What's going on?
Patricia, what's good, Patricia?
Hey, what's going on, Patricia?
How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Absolutely, Fred. You already know what it is. Listen, man. So the title of the show is You Have to Fight Inflation. There's a lot of reasons to name that. For one, that's something we believe anyway. For two, there's a couple articles I want to go over. And you know how we always do. We got our other articles where we're gonna share some stories and get some feedback from the folks watching to see how you will handle real life situations as it pertains to finances. Mark, what's really good?
Was really, really good, man.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah. So anyway, man. So Florida was crazy, bro. Like, just,
I know it was, man. People in Florida they different, man.
Yeah, they was getting to it. Hey, Chastity, man.
Chastity, I see you. You've been doing outstanding.
Hey, Chastity cooking right now, man. Chastity, I want you to know, that my family we got some Sanders in my family, so I am a cousin. So I'm coming to the family Zoom. I'm just letting you know that right now.
I'm just gonna show up.
Pull up to the family Zoom. What's up, guys?
Like people pull up to the cookout.
Yes. Jamal's here with us too. Jamal, what's good?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, so Chastity, I'm pulling up. I'm family, so it is what it is, man. All right, man. But let's jump into a couple of these stories, man. Before we even get into this inflation talk, man. So Compound had a story that popped today, right? So Compound got hacked, and for those who don't know, Compound is a DeFi platform, one of the original DeFi platforms. They've been around for a while. And they're the person. See, first of all right, let's take a step back. DeFi. People can get pissed when I say this. There really is only one DeFi. Bitcoin is the only DeFi. Everything else is a form of DeFi. Most of it's CeFi, right? So Compound was hacked, and the person that runs Compound went on to Twitter and went ballistic. It said something that he shouldn't have said. He said basically, give us our chicken back, or I'm reporting you to the IRS.
I'm gonna give you your what's the name to the IRS.
All right, so now a couple things about that, right? For one, he's foul. For two, unless he's capturing IP addresses, it's really difficult for him to do that. But the fact that there is someone to come and speak and say that is proof positive that it's not true DeFi.
It can't be DeFi because if it got a boss, it ain't DeFi.
Exactly. And that's one of the issues with a lot of these platforms, right? What's interesting about Solana is, right, Solana is completely centralized, but they don't make any qualms about it.
Yeah, they let you know from the rip.
So it's a difference between being DeFi, not being DeFi, or being CeFi, and it's be like, yo, I'm CeFi. Like Celsius is CeFi. People try to say it's a DeFi platform, but I mean, they tell you what it is.
From the rip, they tell you that they just trying to get this chicken up in crypto.
BlockFi. I mean, we can sit here all day and name those, but I thought that was interesting, man. But let me get to this first article that I want to talk about real quick and get some feedback from not only you but from everybody watching, man. You know, because this is something that I've been preaching on every platform that we're on, whether it's this Friday show, whether it's our podcast, whether it's the MDC Discord, all the platforms I've been telling you folks, and even when we have like just regular Zoom calls, get your stuff off of these exchanges, right? So Coinbase got hacked too, and you know some folks lost their chicken. I mean, I don't know how. Listen, bro, y'all probably tired of hearing me say this. If you're buying crypto on an exchange, get it off the exchange. Just get it off the exchange. Like literally,
by any means necessary.
Every week, one of these stories pops up. And this is Coinbase. And someone told me, like, well, Coinbase is the big one. Well, first of all, Coinbase isn't the biggest, but they are huge, specifically within our country. But if they can get hit, anybody can get hit. Right? I'm not going to get into how they were hacked with this MFA flaw. This isn't a tech show. But I just wanted to show this article to say, get it off an exchange, right? Bad enough when folks find out you got crypto, they're going to be trying to, you know, there's going to be a lot of phishing going on, all that kind of stuff, but just get it off of the exchange. Best place is a cold storage. If you can't get a cold storage because you can't afford it, just get a hot wallet. Just do something, but take it into your custody. The point of cryptocurrency is to be your own bank and take custody. So take custody. You know what I'm saying? You can get you a ledger, get you something, man. As a matter of fact, for those who don't know what a ledger is, ledger looks like this. This is a Nano X. You can get you one of these, right? Here is the other one. This one is the
S or the X.
Yeah, it's the S. This is the S right here with the little keychain. This is the S. This is the X. And if you want to go like really super duper, you'll never take my stuff. This right here is called a cold card. It looks like a calculator.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you ain't never getting that.
So if you want to go real, but this is specifically for Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin only. But if you really want to go like, yeah, so, and then use 2FA anyway. So the bottom line is get you a cold wallet, get your stuff off the exchanges. I'm going to keep saying this, and I might make this a thing to say every show. Matter of fact, I might cut this as a clip.
Yeah.
Keep saying it, man, because I'm tired of, because a lot of folks lose chicken, and I don't want that to happen, man. But anyway, man, we got some more of our folks here. Satoshi Shea, how are you? Chassis says, "Buy the hood is definitely fair." Okay, remember you said that when we pull up to the family.
We're gonna be looking for chicken and barbecue when we pull up.
Lance, what's good?
Yo, the legend.
Here?
Lance is a legend.
Yeah, listen, Patricia, right back. Patricia, right in that neck. Whole bag alert. She's gonna be back soon with the whole bags. We love it. We love it. Tanisha said, "What's good, Tanisha? How are you?"
What's going on?
Yo, Malika's out of pocket,
yo. That's why I was laughing.
Malika's out of pocket. Malika's out of pocket, yo.
Yo, he fully out of pocket. That's why I was cracking up. Malik don't got no good sense, yo.
Yeah, these scanner bags. Yo, this is what I'm laughing at, y'all. You at the end of the dove. If you know, you know. But no, sir, no, I'm not, man. I'm around, man. Yeah, you out of pocket, B.
Yo, yeah, Malik don't got no good sense, yo.
So, Mark, that's what you gotta do. You gotta get some storage, man. You gotta take self-custody, man. If you need help, man, just text me. I'll walk you through it. I know you got the course or whatever. We talk about it on there about hot wallets versus cold wallets, but you know, definitely get it off of there. Adrian, what's good, Adrian?
Adrian!
Yo, real quick though. Adrian hit me this week and was like, yo, you got to go watch this show. So I'm like, all right, what show are you talking about, right? And it's the show that everybody's been talking about. And folks have told me, but I'm like, nah, I don't know if I want to see that, yo. Adrian, something's wrong with you. That's the first thing I'm going to say, right? All right, that's the first thing I'm going to say, right? But and for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's called Squid Game. It's on Netflix. So Adrian hit me and said, watch Squid Game. Once Adrian told me to watch it, I'm going to watch it. So I watched it. I enjoyed it. It was dope. But I got to say this, yo. That led me to I was talking about it, and my brother was like, "Yo, if you like that, watch Alice in Borderland." Yo, yeah. First off, and shout out to Jamal because he sent me something else too, and I'm like, "Yo, y'all about to have my algos looking crazy. I'm about to have all the Korean flicks with the voiceovers on my algo." But yo, that Alice in Borderland was insane. Adrian, I don't know if you saw that, but you got to go see that. It's like Squid Game, but to me, it's better. But it's like. Both of them are insane, and something was wrong with you. I just want to put that out there, man. Squid Game is crazy. I've never seen that calculator joint. So Lance, this is it's called a cold card. You can look it up. It's called a cold card. It's Bitcoin only. But how can I put this? This is the most secure that I've seen. I mean, and you can use this in a lot of different ways, right? And I don't want to turn this into a tech show, but first of all, here's the first thing about this. This is never attached to anything. Never attached to your computer. It's never attached to Bluetooth, to a phone, to your computer. It never touches anything. You literally, and the thing about it is it becomes time consuming to use, but in terms of protection, you're good. There's literally a micro SD card that goes into it. So you do a transaction or move stuff to the micro SD card, put it on here, and you can see. So it's like literally one of the most secure ways to hold your Bitcoin. But, it is what it is. Andrea's here too. What's up, Andrea? Kahan's here. What's up, Kahan? Sam is in the building. Monique is here.
What's up?
Nisha saw it too, Squid Game. Yeah, that joint was insane.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV. See, man, like I got like a backlog. I'm still on the joint where they was flying in the plane.
Oh, Manifest.
I'm still on Manifest. I still ain't get through that yet.
Yeah, Manifest is crazy, man. Listen, when Adrian tell you to watch something, you gotta watch it. That's all I'm gonna say. Adrian,
man,
you got TV consultant,
right?
I said I need that. No doubt, Lance. Definitely take a look at it when you get a chance. All right, so we talked about inflation, right? So I put up a post this week, and it got a lot of attention on Instagram. Folks was like cussing me out, going at me. Some folks got so mad that like they erased their comment and left the page or whatever, but they misunderstood the whole point of the post, right? So I'm gonna show you what the post was first, and then here's the actual post right here. Let's see if you can see it, right? So it says in February 2020, the average cost of rent was $1,468 a month, right? So across the country is $1,468. That's the average. For that to cost less than a quarter of your income, as suggested, because it's suggested that you spend a quarter of your income on housing, you need to make roughly $5,887 per month. For a 40-hour work week, that's making $36.79 per hour. Minimum wage is $7.25, right? So the comments were crazy, right?
Because people can't read. What would make this crazy?
Well, it's not even just that, and not all of them, because a lot of people showed love and understood where we were going with the post. But one of the things I thought about is I saw the reaction to something you said before about how people hate poor people, right? Because a lot of the comments was pick yourself up by your bootstraps, learn to make more than minimum wage, going that whole direction. And what I was trying to tell folks is it's not really about minimum wage, right? Obviously, you want to add more skills and make more money. What this is really about is inflation. Yeah. Because the fact of the matter is it really doesn't matter how much you make per hour as long as the money is continuously inflated. Years past, if you made $7.25 an hour, you could afford the average rent. Income isn't going up, but the cost of things are, which is inflation, right? And then when you look at that, it says if you need to make $36.79 an hour, so you can make 4 times minimum wage and still not be able to afford the average cost of rent.
And still come up short.
Yeah. And that's the thing right there. That is where the issue is. You can make $30 an hour and still on paper not be able to afford rent. Now, some will say you can afford rent if you make that amount of money, but that means that you're spending more than a quarter of your income. So then guess what happens? You can't save, you can't invest. It's literally killing wealth. Inflation kills wealth. It's a secret tax that no one really talks about.
Yeah, that's the hidden. That's the death knell tax, because that's the one that's always going to be there. All the rest of those taxes are passed through legislation. The thing about this one is, what people don't understand is that the United States doesn't control its currency, and so that inflation is brought about by something that doesn't even need to be legislated, and that's what people don't get. You want to mute, Jim?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, so you're right, and this is literally a tax, and obviously, like every other tax, it hits certain communities worse than others. Specifically our community, which is why we're like talking about it. But I just thought the response was crazy, because the whole idea, like the whole pick yourself up by your bootstraps, like I know a lot of people feel that way, but first of all, I'm not even gonna go into the socioeconomic argument, because I mean, some of our folks ain't got boots to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pull yourself up by your toes, because they ain't got no boots to like. What are you doing?
But that's not even what the post was about. The post was really about inflation and how inflation is really attacking our wealth. So what you have to understand about that is you have to fight inflation, right? How do you fight inflation? By finding stores of value that fight inflation, or you have to grow the capital. You can't just save. You can't just take your money and put your money in the bank and think that you're going to be okay.
You can't take your ball and go home.
No, you got to fight it. You got to fight inflation. So that's something that we're going to talk about throughout the show. So real quick, let's see a couple more of the comments we have here. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I'm definitely promoting the course on Zoom and dropping those links. I heard that, Chastity. Yeah, hit us up. We can talk about it whenever you want to have a convo about that and get to it. Manifest is dope through season 2. Season 3, hey, come on, man, don't ruin it for me. We got to get him to watch it, Fred. I don't know where they're going with it, but it is what it is. Lance said she gave up at the season 1. Cookie said that's a true statement. And Lance says inflation is insidious. Yes, it is. Satoshi Shea, definitely an inflation issue. Jose is in the building.
Yeah.
Hey, how you, bro? All right. Oh, got a bunch of comments. They jumped on me. So here's a question from Tanisha. Question. I am running in the streets and saw yet another flag thing flying outside of a gas station saying buy Bitcoin. What are those, and why would anyone go there to buy Bitcoin? Asking because I understand. All right. So a lot of gas stations have Bitcoin ATMs, right? And I've bought Bitcoin there. Honestly, because a couple of times I just want to see the process and see how it worked and see what the charges were. But obviously, if you have cash or something like that, you can convert it to Bitcoin. There is no showing ID. There's no nothing. It's your wallet, and it's the machine, and you send it from the machine to your wallet. And I mean, hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, but there's literally no middleman. There's no one reporting or understanding what's happening here. So shout out to those people that turn their money into Bitcoin. And we're going to leave it at that because I understand. Homelessness is about to get really real across the nation. Very sad. Dion, that is an amazing point. I just read an article today in California that they lifted that whole moratorium about not being able to kick people out for back rent, and it's about to get real nasty. And you're not lying, Dion. It's going to get real ugly because people, have just been kicking the can, not understanding what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So that's a great point, and it's going to be very, very sad. And the vultures are going to be out here. You see these big corporations pulling their resources together to buy all the properties. So if you own a property or you have family to own a property, hold your property. That is not investment advice. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing we say on here is investment advice. But if you got some real estate, some land,
hold it.
Man, listen. So that post doesn't even touch on the student loan crisis. That amplifies the problem. Man, listen, you start adding all those things into the gumbo. Student loan debt, can't afford housing. Now we're about to have a big homeless problem. It's about to get real. It's about to get real crazy out here, yo.
Yeah, the street's about to get flooded.
Was just talking to someone saying we have not seen the fallout yet. No, we have not.
Not even close.
Yeah, not even close. All right, so saving is akin to watching paint dry. Yeah, I mean, now with that being said, we got to have some savings, but you're right. You can't have all savings. My brother is young and he's just saving his money. I told him the other day he's actually losing money due to inflation. I had to explain it to him, encourage him to invest. Hopefully he listened to you, bro. Like, you know, once you have a certain level of savings, you got to go out there. No one has ever become a millionaire by saving their money. That's a Robert Allen quote, who's an author and a real estate legend. But you can't save your way to wealth. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Cam, what's going on? How are you?
What's really good?
Tanisha's crazy. Got it. Bitcoin in the hood, drug dealers bank. Hey,
I don't know nothing about that, bro.
Your words
nothing about that, bro.
Yeah. All right, so that must be an interesting spot to be in. I'd imagine with you being a landlord and all, I'm not in that position, but I really have some mental conflicts. How do you reconcile? Great question. First thing is communication. So the crazy part about the whole pandemic, I mean, and obviously we're still in it. I didn't have any rent payments missing, and I have several tenants. And the thing is, I had some that were late, but it's really about communication. And Mark will tell you this, who's in the comments, because Mark is a landlord out here too. As a matter of fact, Mark was on our podcast, and that's one of the things he talked about is how he communicates with his tenants and works with them. You got to be upfront with folks, right? You got to be upfront with folks and talk to them and understand where they're coming from. If you show them respect, they'll respect you back. But a lot of it, though, through experience that I've learned, is when you're first putting a tenant into your property. One of the mistakes I made in the past was like rushing and not doing a thorough check in terms of putting a tenant in there. So it's kind of my fault, right? So if I have someone I can't communicate with, someone who's not paying, who is like, so, you know what I mean? Like, and I've had that, but it was my fault most of the time because I was trying to rush to get someone in because, again, you rehab a property and it's sitting there, it becomes an expense. You have carrying costs. And in the past, I would be in a rush to get rid of those carrying costs. So I would let especially Section 8, right? Here's the thing about Section 8. You still are supposed to run their credit, do a thorough background check, even though they're coming through the program. In the past, I didn't do that. I'm like, yo, I got guaranteed bread. Come through. Never worked out for me. So one of the things I had to learn to do is in the beginning, screen them properly. Then once they get in there, obviously no one expects a pandemic or nothing like that, but communication is key there. Have conversations with them, see what their struggles are. Like, I mean, I've just been blessed that no one has completely lost their job. Some people lost hours and fell behind, but as of right now, I don't have anybody that's missed a payment, and I'm gonna knock on wood as I say that because I don't want that to happen either. But great question though. So teacher says, any risk with providing your wallet info on that ATM? All right, now here's what I'll say about that. First of all, have multiple wallets, right? There's no, how can I put this, right? There's really no risk, but there's ways to avoid all of that. So I only deal with Bitcoin, right? And I run my own Bitcoin node. Part of me running a node is I gotta watch what I say on these tapes. But you can take transactions and put them in the mixer and then bring them back out. And I'm gonna leave that at that because I don't want to say. I
want to say shut up, but we brothers and we men and we don't talk like that. I really wanted to just tell you to shut up. Like, yo, dog, like, what are you doing?
My student loans are double my mortgage. It's crazy. Yeah. You must be really, really educated, Shay. Shay got the knowledge, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Every great empire falls. Great point, Malik. The thing about money, there hasn't been one currency that hasn't fell to complete kapush. Not one.
Zero.
Throughout the history of the world.
Every single one.
Yeah, Don, remember, cash is a position. Yes, it is. I got to remind myself of that all the time. One of the things about becoming an investor and getting that investor's mindset is to keep that in mind because you never know when a deal will come up. And you got to have cash to be able to move on that deal. But there's ways with that too, though. And that's one of the things that we're moving towards teaching a lot of is how to use your assets to buy other assets. You know what I mean? The strategy that we do at Buy the Hood is really simple. I'll tell y'all right now the complete strategy. All the nuance you won't get unless you come into the community and the courses or do some sort of consultation. We take assets. In my specific case, I'll take real estate to buy the assets.
Yep.
Buy precious metals, buy crypto.
Use assets to buy assets.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. rinse and repeat. That's literally our strategy. But there's nuance to it. So cash is a position, but as long as you have access to cash, right? And that doesn't mean you go borrow. But anyway,
it could mean you go borrow depending upon where you go to borrow from.
go borrow from your own bank.
Exactly.
Probably the biggest scam ever. All right, so they're saying that student loans are the biggest scam ever.
I don't know, man. The banks got student loans beat.
I mean, they part of that though. That's all part of it. It's all wrapped in.
Yeah, I'm just saying the banks is the, you know what I mean? Like the banks, I don't know. Like
when you really think about what a bank does, you're right, Core. Like a bank doesn't contribute anything to society. They don't solve any problems. They don't grow anything, build anything. They just sit in the middle. It's the ultimate con game.
Like, yeah, banks don't lose, yo. They don't lose at all.
Charles, what's up, beloved? Appreciate you stopping through, man. We appreciate the love, man. Bitcoin advertising was everywhere in Miami. Yeah, Miami's mayor is
getting to a bag, yo.
Yeah, and I saw the mayor. He spoke at the Bitcoin conference, and he ain't stupid. What he's trying to do is get industry to come there. So he's trying to give breaks for have Bitcoin businesses come there. Because if you understand the Lightning Network that runs on Bitcoin, then you understand that there's going to be a lot of infrastructure and businesses built around it. Mm-hmm. So showing Charles some love. I bought a home because I could not afford to rent in my area. It's insane.
Damn.
You know what? That's a great point though, because that was another argument that I got on. I'm always getting on arguments on on IG. I gotta chill on IG, man. I gotta be like everybody else and just like look at the new BBLs that come out, because I be on there arguing about stuff because I'm trying to educate folks. But someone was telling me, someone told me on our IG page. Oh, my fault, y'all. I apologize, but no, someone told me on my IG page that everyone has to buy a home. Like it's never a good decision to rent. And I'm like, first off, anytime you say never and always with personal finance, I stop listening to you.
Yeah, at that point, you cut that person off. As soon as they say never or always, you stop listening. Stop listening, because personal finance is personal.
Exactly. And here's the thing, right? Situation like that, sometimes it makes sense to buy, but sometimes it actually makes sense to rent. If you want to live in a specific neighborhood, you probably can rent lower than it would cost you to buy. And then if you take the difference and invest it, you may look 30 years, have enough to still buy the house and have more money. So it all depends. There's so much nuance to it that there is no one size fits all approach. The vetting process got to be A1. Mark, that's a gem right there, man. Right. When it comes to real estate, that's it right there. You do that on the front end and it helps you as a landlord. No doubt. Thank you for the question. That was a great question. No doubt. See, Mark said his application process weeds out the bums. Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes when you get a thorough application process, and I'm not going to lie, it took me years and years to figure this part out. I got a lot of horror stories, and I've told a lot of them on the show. I mean, I got everything from shootouts and properties to chicks running full brothels, you know what I'm saying? And, they was paying rent one time, but they was running full brothels out the crib. I got all kinds of crazy stories, but that's what it really came down to, figuring out an application process, because I was always trying to move too fast sometimes. Shout out to Andre Hatchett. He told me something a while ago and it stuck with me. He was like, sometimes you got to slow down and speed up. And once he told me that, I said, damn, you're right.
Ew.
Yeah, that was a bar. Sometimes you got to slow down.
That's the John Chaney. That's the John Chaney joint too.
Mm-hmm. Slow down and speed up. Oh, JD MBA.
Okay, yeah. Satoshi.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you got that too, man. God bless your heart, man. I was just having a conversation with Courtney the other day. I was telling her how out of all the tests I took in my life, the scariest test and probably the most egregious test was that LSAT. The LSAT was more difficult than any test I took in law school. The LSAT is a beast. So you got through that. Satoshi Shea, she got all the education with the student loans to go with it. With the loans to go with it.
Man.
Speaking of cash, refinance cash outs are taking a super long time to get approved, holding up progress on cash offers.
Damn.
That might be a sign of something too.
Yeah, man.
That might be a sign of something too. Yo, one of my favorite products that nobody talks about, and I see all the conversations online in the real estate community, stock community, are HELOCs. Yo, HELOCs are amazing, right? Because the thing about real estate, one of the disadvantages is not having liquidity. Yo, my new thing is I'm trying to get a HELOC on every property I own. So therefore, I still have liquidity. But if I don't want to use it, I won't. And a lot of times I won't. But I need a HELOC on everything. New T-shirt, HELOC on everything. All right. Interest rates make it so you can almost never pay the loan back. Just straight monthly cash flow.
Banks is worse though, right? Because first of all, banks issue these stupid ass loans. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is that banks are the conduit for the currency exchange. Right. And so if the people who control the currency control the banks, that means that the banks are like a big punch in the face. Yo, like it's like they to me they 200 times worse than student loans. Even though student loans,
I think they're one and the same. I think they're the same people.
Yeah, it's they run by the same folks. They run by the banks.
Same people. It's the same people. Yeah, Fred. Yeah. I mean, that's what folks be doing on IG, man. You know what I mean? But I'll be trying to like share my experience, and folks just be going crazy. Good to see and hear you guys so full of knowledge. Both of you, thanks for doing what y'all do. So, hey, Charles, man, listen, thank you, Charles. We appreciate you, man. That's everything, man.
Much love, man. That's what we doing it for, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Greg. What's up, beloved? What's the best platform to DCA Bitcoin? Great question. It's not Coinbase, right? So I got two answers to this, right? The first answer is you can be like a super ninja and you can run code that will allow you to buy Bitcoin for free. That's like way out there, right? But if you're interested in that, Greg, I mean, it'll take some time, but I could walk you through that. But a second best way, which isn't too far from the first best way, is a platform called Swan. Now hit me in the inbox, Greg, because I'll send you my link because you already know how I feel about crypto. We all got to get something for free, but definitely don't use Coinbase because you got to look at the fees. The best one is Swan to DCA. Now, if you're talking about just individual purchases or your questions about DCA, also Strike is better than the rest because Strike is way cheaper than everything else. The thing about it is you got to watch your fees. You got to watch your fees. Coinbase, never Coinbase. Because here's something else. Gemini, right? Some people look at Gemini and say, well, Gemini costs a little bit more than Coinbase. On the front end, it might cost a couple pennies more. But on the back end, Gemini gives you 10 free withdrawals. So if you're not going to do, Swan, if you're not going to do Strike, and by the way, anybody wants interested in those platforms, shoot me an inbox and I will shoot you my referral link. We'll both get something free. But if you're not going to use those and you have like one of the traditional platforms, I will go with Gemini because you get 10 free withdrawals. And because I don't believe on leaving your stuff on the exchange, you got to use those free withdrawals. So if you buy stuff, say you want to withdraw once a month, you'll never pay the withdrawal. Coinbase is going to hit you coming and going.
Yeah, they're going to smack you in the head both ways.
You know what I'm saying? Now, some more ninja secrets. Coinbase Pro, right? When you acted as a trader, you can get a little bit lower there. But guess what? Gemini has a trader. The same rules apply to Gemini Trader that applies to Coinbase Trader. So you can go to Gemini Trader, be a market maker, and pay a pennies for each piece of Bitcoin or even whatever other coin Gemini has, and then send it off for free. Yeah. So, we can get real in depth with that conversation, but just understand that it's never Coinbase. And if you want to referral link to those, Greg, shoot me an inbox. I got you, bro. First, personal finance is personal. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, so I was just blessed with a family property, but the place is in need of serious repair. I can get my handyman on, but I want to hire for the big things. Anybody in this community I can get some game from because I don't have capital and going to have to borrow. All right, so Roscoe, first question is, where are you located? Yeah. Where are you located? Because we could try to find somebody that's in that area that could walk you through. So there's a couple things you could do. If you want to borrow, you can actually borrow and go through that process and, have someone walk you through. If you're looking for a partner, you could partner with someone that has experience and some capital possibly, and you're bringing the property to the table. So there's a lot of ways you can do. But the first question I would have is where you're at, because we got folks from all over. I want to make sure you, got someone with experience in that market.
Buffalo, so let's see. New York, he said. Buffalo.
All right, let me see who's in Buffalo. I don't off the top of my head. I don't know who's in Buffalo, but I'm pretty sure. Somebody's out there. I gotta go and see who's out there. Roscoe, do me a favor too. Shoot us an inbox too. So you know what I mean, make sure you get some help. You know what I'm saying? You from out there with Rick James and Griselda.
Right.
Time, though. I would have doubled the rent. Listen, man, I was just happy they had a rent on time. They definitely was paying on time. How I even found out about it, and I'm like, it's crazy the story. One of the neighbors called me like, "Yo, the police is over here." I'm like, "For what?" So, one of the boys they had in there tried to Warren Sapp him. I don't know if y'all know what Warren Sapp did, but Warren Sapp, went to, had some service done and decided he wasn't going to pay. Somebody tried this with one of the young ladies who was renting the property, and she pulled the hammer out on him. Like, no, like he was trying to, yeah. So that they got crazy, but nonetheless, though, crazy part is I didn't even evict them on that. They ended up getting arrested. So I mean, it's another story. But the bar exam was worse. And it's funny because me and Courtney were talking about that. Courtney was like, "Yo, the bar wasn't as bad as the LSAT." Yo, the craziest thing is the one thing I've heard, I've never taken this test. I heard the CPA exam is the absolute worst. And it's not even just the material. They said just the physical part of it because it's so long. Like, I don't know if anybody here is a CPA, but I heard that the CPA exam is crazy. Oh, Aisha talking. Okay, yeah, she the GOAT. Listen.
Yeah.
GOAT. That's not shocking. Malik is pausing me. I probably deserve it. I have no idea what I said, but it is what it is. I've never bought a home and I'm not bothered. It's a little cheaper for me to move the new area I'm moving to in a few weeks. Buying an area is so much more expensive. I'm looking at buying a tiny house in a few years if I stay in the U.S. Oh, you heading to Canada?
Yeah, she leaving us. She on some expat.
Yeah, she's like, I'm getting out of here. Why Canada though? If you don't mind me asking, Adrian, let me find out you met a dude that got you coming to Canada. I'm joking, by the way, Adrian. It's all love. But Canada, like I've never heard anyone say I'm out here, I'm going to Canada. Kev, what's up, bro? They've been trying to get me to get a HELOC on my house. Now you say that, I will take a real look. You don't have to actually use it. I just think it's like for me, I like having liquidity. Adrian already know what I'm about. Yeah. Affiliate God. Student loans are crazy. You can get some money at 18 that you will be in your grave before paying back. When you think about it that way, it is crazy. Folks is in their 50s, and it was it 60 Minutes did a thing on student loans, and I was like in shock at the amount of people that were like in their 60s and 70s that were still paying student loans. I'm like, but the crazy part is because a lot of them had went back to school like in their 30s or 40s to try to improve their career situation. And went to grad school or just went to school.
In the head. That's how I got my student loan debt in undergrad. So when I finished undergrad, I had $20K in debt, and I paid that back in a lump sum. We ain't gonna get into how that happened, but I paid it back in a lump sum. Then I went back to school, and I didn't even finish school, and I still end up right now. I got $90K in debt. For my, so I got $90K in debt, and I ain't even finished.
Crazy part is the student. We're talking about for grad school.
Yeah.
Crazy part is undergrad. I didn't have any. I got almost student. I got 6 figures of student loan debt between law school and getting a master's degree. Like all that is like it's like post undergrad.
That's what I'm saying. I got $90K in debt for a degree I ain't even finished.
That's even worse. I wonder how many folks out there are like that.
Because I didn't do my practicum. I didn't do my practicum, so all I got left is the practicum, basically.
Okay.
But at the point where I'm not going back to do no damn practicum, I'm never getting that degree. So
I wonder how many folks are like that are sitting on the debt and don't even have the degree. That'd be an interesting study. I'm pretty sure somebody did a study like that. Julio, what's good? What's good? What's good?
You're
Kev, man, your Raiders, man, they 3-0 right now, man.
Yeah, going
Greg, no problem, bro. All right, Buffalo. Roscoe, definitely shoot me a message. I'm gonna see if I can find you somebody there. Warren Sapp is my high school classmate. Warren Sapp is a legend in football. Yeah. I'm just reporting the news. That's all. That's what he allegedly did. But he was that guy on the field. Yeah, Warren Sapp was one of the first athletes that I was like, hold up. So you're that big and you can move that fast? Like, it made no sense when you saw him play.
Yeah.
When they're moving too sloppy, then I understand. But if it was well managed on the low, then I'm charging fees since they charging fees. You try and be in business with them. I see what you try to do.
Yeah, man.
I would have bought a hood. I ain't trying to go out like T-Pain though. Hey, listen, T-Pain's still out here flourishing right now.
Yeah, he is.
No, man, I don't practice, Kev. I you know what I mean? Like, no, bro. I did go to law school. I don't practice though. Let me tell you what happened though. The reason I never practiced law is because real estate. Like literally real estate. Remember, I've been in real estate for a long time before 08. Had the debt, but no degree. Okay, see, I wonder if there's a lot of folks like that. If we beat the Chargers, we're legit.
Okay, Raiders fan.
We'll see. You know I'm rooting against you though, Kev. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kev, you're the nicest Raiders fan I know. Every other Raiders fan is out of control and obnoxious. So I'm gonna give you your credit. At least you ain't one of them people, man. If I meet one and can get citizenship, then hey, Canada will be a jump off point for me. I don't think I'll stay there, but I'm doing some research and it seems a bit calmer than here.
It depends. Depends on what you call calm.
Yo, here's the thing, man. DJ Quick told us a long time ago that everything is just like Compton. And the more I read, the more I realize like it's crazy parts everywhere. Everywhere. Like
every single place.
I just saw a documentary on YouTube about like the gangs of Canada, and I was like,
gangs.
Yo, Canada has a gang problem.
I'm just saying, no, it just sounds funny as hell to say the gangs in Canada. Like, I know there's gangs in Canada because there's gangs, there's tribalism everywhere.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
It's just funny as hell to me when to hear that sentence. Just I don't know why. I just
sounds crazy.
It just sounds crazy.
Here's a good question from GC. Have you ever looked into creating your own crypto?
That would be yes.
Yeah, we did. And we actually came close, but the thought process is this, like the real use case. And the more I study crypto, the more I feel like it would kind of be disingenuous, because the thing about crypto is one of the reasons I love crypto is coming from the precious metal space is the decentralization. And there's no way to start your own crypto right now at this moment and get pure decentralization. It's very, very difficult. Because you gotta, like, here's the thing. The thing about Bitcoin, right? Let's talk about Bitcoin specifically. Bitcoin is slow, but Bitcoin is slow. Like, that is a feature. It's not a flaw, right? The reason it's a feature, not a flaw, is because Bitcoin is the only true decentralized cryptocurrency, meaning that an average person can run a node. You can run a node right now for like $400 or $500. If you know how to buy the actual piece, it's probably $200. You can run a full node in your house where you're validating transactions on the blockchain. I say that to say this, it's everywhere across the world. Like you can literally look, like there's websites you can go on and see that where all the nodes are that are running, and there's nodes all across the world. It's truly decentralized. And all you need is one of those things to be run. You can run it on the Raspberry Pi. If you have one of those things running, the network will always be running, right? Most cryptos don't have that. Most of them are centralized, and they have parties that own a majority of it. They got pre-ICO coins and things of that nature. Even stuff like Ethereum, right? And I know Ethereum, the use case is beautiful, but it's like a 70% pre-mine. So you have people that have huge chunks of Ethereum, and even now you need 32 Ethereum to run a node, right? And I know you're like, what the hell does this got to do with starting your own crypto? This had to do with starting your own crypto is because the best thing is already here. I can't see what we can bring to the marketplace
that's better than Bitcoin.
Yeah, unless you use it for a specific case. Like I saw a real estate guy in California, and he owns a bunch of commercial and residential properties. He created a crypto where people just exchange their cash, and now they're able to go on his facilities to use it. So it's almost like a Dave and Buster's token.
Yeah.
Like, so it'll have to be a real use case. But as currency, cryptocurrency, I don't see where we can add any value. Yeah, I mean, because it would just be like,
I see use cases for other cryptos, but unless it has a use case, then there's no reason to create it. Like they be creating. Let's not to poop on nobody, but Capo Coin. Like, what the hell does Capo Coin do? What is the use
Honestly,
case?
I'm not even going to speak. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm saying
no, I'm just saying I don't know what it does. That's what I'm saying. That's the point that I'm making. Like, it's not him, because you're supposed to support your brothers and sisters or whatever. But what I'm saying is, what's the use case for the coin? You know what I mean? I understand why you want to create the coin. But
now, I mean, I know he does work in NFTs too. So it was something about like just like his own community. So you can use it for community building, but even still, it's like I'm not in it to take advantage of folks. That's kind of like really what it boils down to. So that's kind of, you know, what it's about. But we definitely did look into it. But to get decentralization is like, it's going to be damn near impossible for anything else to kind of do that. Mafia was in Canada, probably still is. Absolutely. Yes, every place has issues. Break yourself. They probably and it's a thing, you said Canadians are always polite. They probably apologize after they Yo, the YouTube documentary, it is funny because like they had guns like we do in the States, but they was really about that knife work. They was poking the hell out of each other in the documentary. Like this stabbing and that stabbing. I'm like, they got the knife game. They got the hawks out.
The hawk work.
Ain't no fans worse than y'all Eagles fans of Dallas. Sound delusional, but quiet Giants fan. Here's the thing. I don't know about that. Like, I've seen some fans on the West Coast, like some of them Chargers fans, they be like having full out gang wars before the game. And it's never reported on the news the same way. Like, it's weird. Speaking of stabbings, they be going, they get busy. Some folks take their football way too serious. I'm planning my Exodus 2, possibly headed to Portugal.
You're the second person this week I heard talk about
Portugal. Yo, that's crazy. Like, Portugal. So, Ken, what is it about Portugal? I want to know.
That's Adrian. That's a third person.
Yeah, I want to know what it is about Portugal. Crazy part is this couple online. They part of the fire community. I'm obsessed with it. Their whole family. I know this sounds real creepy, but I watch their YouTube channel. And I feel like I know them. I don't know them though. It's called Our Rich Journey, and they just moved to Portugal. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna hit them up, see if I can get them on a podcast, because I just like their story and I be on their YouTube channel all the time. But they're in Portugal. So I was wondering what made you say Portugal. That's why the government is after to shut it down. But Kev, that's exactly why the government can't shut it down. They can shut a lot of these other things down, but that's gonna be very, very difficult. So I saw an advertisement for a Bitcoin machine. Is it worth it to mine? It's expensive to mine right now.
Yeah, mining is totally different than having a node.
Yeah, those are two
something totally different.
And a Bitcoin machine could be an ATM machine too. So you gotta be careful in terms of what you're looking at. Make sure you read the what it is you're getting into, because there's a lot of different Bitcoin machines. You could be a node, it could be mining. It could also be an ATM machine. So make sure you understand what it is. So one of the things that Corey and I were having a conversation about yesterday, the day before, I was telling him this new play I'm running to mine Bitcoin. I'm running fiat miners. And
man, I'm doing that. I'm running it now. I'm running that play right now.
So how you run fiat miners, right? Here's how you run a fiat miner. You run a fiat miner by getting cash up. And you take the cash and you go find a CFI or DeFi spot that's going to pay you a certain amount of money, and they're going to pay you on a weekly basis. And you just literally use your cash that you have sitting anyway to generate income, and then use that income and convert that to Bitcoin. That's the gist of it. But you're using fiat currency that you have just sitting around to be a miner. The use is to get rich. GC, I hear you. But like, and you probably could run the bag up with it, but then you're going to have a lot of people get left holding the bag. That's truly a Ponzi scheme. I ain't trying to go to jail for it either. I follow a few black women on YouTube who've already left. They highly recommend Portugal, Costa Rica, and a lot of us are in Mexico. Hey, Adrian, you ever watch Our Rich Journey? I'm just curious. Yes, Portugal.
Yep, Camtasia was the other person. I talked to Camtasia on the phone, and she said she's out to Portugal.
Damn, y'all all out.
Yeah, man.
She said I can hear the Canadian games. Y'all wilding on Canada right now.
Yeah, man.
Right, so the machine is to run a node. So understand what a node is. That's the first thing. A node is not mining Bitcoin. You're validating transactions with a node. So you're helping to support the overall network. Now, if you get a node, you can run what's known as a Lightning node. And a Lightning, so the Lightning network is a layer 2 solution that runs on top of Bitcoin that helps transactions move pretty fast. So if I have a Lightning wallet and Corey has a Lightning wallet, I could send him $1 million like this, and it would cost me probably a penny. That's what El Salvador is using. They're using the Lightning network. All right, so why do I bring that up? You can run a Lightning node on the same Raspberry Pi little node, and if you, I don't want to get too technical, I don't want to sound real crazy. It sounds like I'm talking, but the gist of it is, if you run a Lightning node, right? If you run a Lightning node, what that allows you to do is to set up channels on a Lightning node, and you can get some money from that, small amounts, but it's not mining. I don't want you to get the two confused. It's not really mining, but you can make some revenue with the running a Lightning node. All right, so Ken says, I follow our rich journey too. All right, so it ain't just me. Like, yo, I'm obsessed with them. Like, I like know their family. I'm like, yo, are the kids getting big? Like, I know them. I have no idea about none of these folks. Like, I don't know any of them, but I literally watched their journey for years on YouTube. So good healthcare, easy access to Europe, Africa, and Asia. There's a lower cost of living and good food and wine. Well, that's always a plus too.
Yeah, man.
We probably follow the same people. I attended the summit. Ah, okay. Yeah, we probably do. Ken outside. You went to the summit. That's what's up. I watched their channel. Got a lot of gems from them. All right, so Don know who I'm talking about too. So it's not just me. Definitely looking to walk out the workforce 45E. So Don out here stacking his chicken too. Can't be that sounds like the Exodus Summit. I wasn't able to make it, but I'll definitely be attending next year.
Everybody getting up out of this joint. Everybody.
Yeah, so the Exodus Summit. I wasn't aware. I was at the ClickFunnels Summit, so I was out of here too. But yeah, all the summits is going on. We need a Buy the Hood Summit. I follow Our Rich Journey as well. Okay, so everybody do. Look, I watched them also. Yo, that's how you know their page is popping. Everybody watched them.
Our brother.
Spoon. This is our guy Spoon, man. Listen, Spoon is a master trader. Spoon, man, we got to finish this cover call course, man, because we got a course on cover calls that's halfway done. That's insane. And for those who don't know what cover call is, just go do your Googles. But we're breaking down the nuance of creating a cover call. Spoon is teaching the course. So it's pretty fire. It's going to be in the MDC. Yeah, so I'm glad to see it. It's not just me that, is on the Our Rich Journey tip, because I think they got great content. It's a black family, so I'm all about that. You know what I mean? And they do their thing. So Don, let me ask you this, Don. Are you a part of the fire movement, Don? Because I know Don watches. It seems like you got a lot of fire content that you into. And by the way, I'm gonna put this at the bottom of the screen for the folks that may not know. We do have a free webinar, or you can send it to your family. This is completely free. We're not asking you to buy anything. It's not one of those things. So I want to put it out there. If you text Black Wealth to this number here, you get a free webinar we created about getting started in investing. So even if you don't need it, you can pass it along. Just want to put that out there. Anyway, man, I got to get back to these articles. I got another article, man, I want to share with you real quick. We'll be talking about inflation, and we're going to breeze through these articles. But this is another article that we have to talk about as it pertains to inflation. Look at this. Costco, Nike, and FedEx are warning there's more inflation set to hit consumers as holidays approaching. They're actually telling you right now.
We're about to bang y'all in the head.
They're literally warning you. They're warning you. The craziest part about I guess being alive for so long is to see how things progress. A lot of these things about inflation and about how institutions robbed you and stole from you, they would hide. These days, they just come out and tell you, like, yo, this is what's going on. It is what it is. Do what you're going to do, but this is what's going on. So I found this article would be crazy. They're literally telling you right now. So when you look at the prices in Nike specifically, so they're saying, obviously at this point, though, if you run a business, everybody's used COVID as an excuse. COVID and
but they talking about the supply chain stuff.
Supply chain, yeah, but they're saying because of COVID, the supply chain issues. I get that. But I'm just saying, like, a part of it is probably true, but there's also a part of it that's, it's that tax. You won't pay this tax. So just a fair warning, I want to show you that they're actually out here telling you that, and they said more inflation. So you already know things have already been inflated. Look, Spoon right on it. That's his trading mind. First thing he says. Puts.
Right. Let's get this cake going up and down.
Yeah, it's a spoon right to the trade. So understand that real quick. That they're literally telling you what's going on. So Contagious says we can rent the Airbnb our rich journey has while visiting Portugal. Absolutely, they just copped the investment. So y'all really on it. I think all right. So yeah, you can say that. I think someone. The information is very useful for our community. But Don, it's a book I read. It was about someone in the fire movement. It was like the something Woods, the Candle Woods or something Woods, but it was a white family. It was a fire family. And when I say they took it too far, they took it way too far. I mean, but I guess in every kind of culture or way of life, there's extremes. I gotta find the name of this book. Like it was a fire book, but I'm talking about they was like reusing paper towels and toilet paper, like everything to stack bread. I'm like, at some point, you gotta chill. They moved out into the woods. To save money. Like they was really about that fire life. So to your point, some of them really go overboard.
Yo, I ain't doing all that.
Car lots are pretty scarce.
There's cars everywhere.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's funny, man, because like the poorest neighborhoods got the most cars. They out there paying that 30% and 40%.
Yeah, man.
They're going to get a lot of people with the shrinkflation too. The price of a product will stay the same, but the amount of the item will be less. Ooh, that's amazing points, dude. Yeah, that's an amazing point.
That's what they've been doing with our candy, man. I remember when now ladies used to be the size of your fist. But now them Jones like this big. You still get 6 of them in a packet, but them Jones like the size 6 of them is the size that one used to be.
Yo, Stu, you gotta be now. I'm about to go down a whole rabbit hole now, Stu. Thank you for sharing that comment, but now I want to go do some more research on shrinkflation because that's true. All right, Spoon out here giving out plays. Educational entertainment purposes only. Spoon, you talking about on a put
or a call?
All right, so Don even knows what I'm talking about. All right, so Don knows that's exactly who I'm talking about. The Frugal Woods. Yeah, you know, they were out of control. Shout out to them, but I'm like, y'all be doing too much. Like reusing tea bags 56 times. Like come on, cuz like I get it. You want to save money, but y'all out of pocket. But that's it right there, the Frugal Woods. I definitely read that book. Yeah, man. They've been getting lighter and lighter, man. They ain't been the same since Mike Quick left the league. Yeah, Ken, that's them. They was making their own salsa water. They took everything to the extreme. Everything was out of control. All those further with the Doc and Cali and back into Alaska help on inflation as well.
Hell yeah, it is.
I think some of that's intentional.
Yeah, I know that's part intentional.
The candy looks like Tic Tacs now.
Right? Yeah, they out of control.
Nah, ladders. That's when they used to be ladders.
Now leaders.
Now and leaders.
Now and leaders.
Yes, now and leaders got gentrified.
Yeah, man.
Make now and leaders great again. Nothing like a bag of potato chips and the bag is half air. Yeah, man. Have you guys ever thought about opening your own investment firm and manage people's money for a fee?
Yes, and then no.
Great question.
So we've thought about it. No, we're not doing it.
No. So, excuse me. So in my past, I was licensed in securities, and I was going down that path. I was setting up 401ks for companies, doing all kinds of stuff like that. I got out of that racket for a lot of reasons. For one, you got to watch everything you do and say with those licenses, because they're pretty much in your life. Now, this happened after like 2001. It got real bad. It got real bad with the legislation change. It was to the point where I used to have to submit every bank statement that I had every month just to show that when you have a certain license. And I'm like, I'm moving money left and right because I'm doing real estate deals. It wasn't worth it for me to do that. So now, obviously, you could put layers if you start to scale up. You could put layers in between yourself and doing that. But it's not something that I wanted to go down. I don't want to manage people's money Because one thing I know about managing people's money is you got to deal with the customer service. People calling you, yo, market go down a couple points, they're gonna be on your line. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. Plus, I feel like in our community, folks need the education, because I don't care if you do pay somebody to manage your money. I personally
need to know what they're doing with your money.
You need to know exactly what's going on. And I think that is the part that's missing. I don't think it's possible to just hire someone to go ahead and just manage your money or what have you. Spoon retail will take a hit. BB, okay. What's the horrible? Okay, so
that's good information.
So my plan is Sunday. I'm joking. Have you thought about a copy trade-off so people can copy portfolio moves through a service?
Did that?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We did that, and we actually currently have something similar, right? So we have something similar. We have our own private group, that it's a paid group that people come in, and we have a class every Sunday, but it's still more about education than that. But we do put our plays out. Like, we absolutely have an alert. That's something that we do. And it's called MDC Strategy. We definitely do that. Spoon is a member of that as well. There's a lot of folks here, and you can go get more information at ndcstrategy.com. But the thing about it is, the way we do it, everybody is a partner with us. So we have a service, but we allowed everybody to be an equal partner with us as we build this service out. So that's what the information is at MDC Strategy. We give classes every week. We try to do some midweek classes throughout the month just to have powwows and do masterminds. So yes, we do have that. So with the securities license, it's about the chicken. Kev, that's the next shirt. It's about the chicken. Kev, I listen, I've done a little bit of everything, bro. Like, as it pertains to finance, securities license, real estate license, appraiser trainee license. What's the other one? Oh, life insurance.
Certified Bitcoin professional.
Yeah, I still have that one. I'm still certified Bitcoin professional, and I still hold my only 2 licenses. I still carry. I carry 3 licenses. I have a real estate valuation license, certified Bitcoin professional license, and I still have a real estate sales license too.
The reason why I don't have my series licenses is because Jim slowed me down. Slow down, sir.
Yeah, I'm like it's a whole lot with that.
Yeah, no. I'm glad that that's why I asked before I went and paid all that chicken and took all them tests.
Yeah. So and that's the thing though, is you can have someone do the customers. It's more than the customer service. For one, I just don't want that responsibility, right? I don't want the responsibility for one, because there's a lot of reasons. I feel like people need to have the information and understand what they're doing themselves. That's one. That's just not something I'm looking to do. I'm looking to manage my own family money. I'm looking to manage my own family money. And to be completely transparent with you, even as it pertains to that, I spend most of my days trying to figure out ways to be lazier.
Yeah, I'm not. That sounds like work. I'm good.
Yeah, so that's kind of like what it is right there. I'm going on Shark Tank, but SSC. Okay, listen, man. I listen. I hope you do well. Love Shark Tank, by the way. But the thing is, it's psychological. They don't think that they can manage their own capital better than the H. Listen, this is a part of that is true, and I think that's part of why we need more folks out here having these conversations, because I think that part of that is true. We just got to do better. We got to have more education. But you're not wrong. All right, so that's the website right there, mdcstrategy.com. If you go to mdcstrategy.com, that is our private group where we do all the things that we talked about. It's DeFi. So the thing about MDC Strategy, we have courses that are on-demand courses. Couple stock market courses. We got our precious metals courses back there. We got a DeFi course that's back there. We got an options course that's coming back there soon. So we have a lot of on-demand courses, but we also have a Discord, and we also, that's where we send our alerts to as well. So all that is part of mdcstrategy.com. In my line of work, holding securities license is golden. Hey, listen, I could see it. I just didn't want to be beholden to anyone, and also there were certain things that I do. So a lot of the work that Corey and I do is community based. So we're in the communities and we're talking to people. We go to prisons and speak. We run our camp for the kids. We do a lot of these things, and the thing about having a license, you have to be careful of everything you say. You do not want to get yourself in trouble with someone thinking that you're making a recommendation for security, specifically when you have a license. You can get yourself in trouble with that. So it just wasn't beneficial for me. And which is actually kind of foul when you think about it. The people that have studied, you don't want them out like talking to the folks. So then what happens is because of that, you get a lot of charlatans in the community who are like, non-fiduciary folks who are out there just giving out information. So it's a weird thing, but I definitely, I had the license and let it go. I had a multiple security license, the 65, the 6, 60. I had a bunch of them, 7. All I had
on my way. I was running down that path.
I let them all go.
Like, slow up, sir.
I let them all go. That's what's up. Now, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to go work for a firm or, you want to actually do that kind of business, it's cool.
Yeah, man.
That just wasn't what I was trying to do. Hey, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Forget Shark. You try to create our own Shark Tank.
I ain't mad at that at all.
Let's go. No need to compete. That's right. There's no need to compete. We about collaboration over competition. Yeah. All right, appreciate that. All right, so before we get out of here, a couple last things we want to do. We gotta go over these other we do, Core. Yep. Some of this madness that's going on.
Madness that goes on in the world.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the madness before we get out of here and get you guys' opinion on some of this madness. All right. So let's jump right into it. Here's the madness. I co-signed a refinance on a home my husband bought with his first wife. He never added me to the deed. If we divorce, do I get half?
I can tell you the answer to that.
He promised that if I co-signed, he would add me to the deed. After checking the assessor's database, I found this was not the case. I'm considering a divorce after 30 years of marriage. My husband never added my name to the family home he purchased with his previous wife 7 years ago. I co-signed the mortgage to refinance the house. He promised that if I co-signed, he would add me to the deed. After checking, she wasn't there. My husband is a business owner and received a $500,000 small business administration loan. I'm currently not involved with the business. Would this loan be considered community property? The wife, she's looking for war. Yeah, she's trying to choose violence. Is what she's trying to do.
Yeah, man.
She's like, if I can't get the property, I want to go after this. So, what do you think, Cole? What do you think about the story right here? What's your takeaway from this story?
I got 2 takeaways. One, you got to get that in writing, right? Because if, like you say, documentation beats rap every single day of the week. And then 2, she really ready for it. Like, she about to drag my man through all the hell that can be. Yeah, like that can
right
be
from the rip. Right from the rip, Shay. Like they got right to it.
Yeah, like she don't own nothing. What happened is she just gave her dude money and he went and did what he wanted with it. Because right now she don't own nothing.
All right, so a couple things.
As his wife, though, she does have rights to half of everything. So she may have some rights, but I'm not very sure about how that goes per state.
Exactly. That's all dependent upon what state they're in, for one, and for two, understand this is property that, technically speaking, he had coming into the marriage. This was with a previous wife. So
state by state case, but I think she's just SOL.
Now, the other part about the SBA money, I have no idea because I don't know how his business is structured and all that. But the one thing I took from this is a couple things. I don't know if a lot of people know that you can go to, not in every state, I know Texas is like a no disclose state. A majority of states in the country, you can go to the assessment office or the county commissioner's office and look up a property and see who the owner is. Now, there's things around it. I know that, speaking to people in New York, they were saying a lot of people just hide it through entities and what have you. But you can do a little bit of research and find out who owns what. Most people don't even do all that. Most people just put it in their name because you get better financing. So understand that you can go right to the assessor's office in your county and figure out who owns a property. And that's what she did to figure out that her husband was trying to keep her off of it. That's the first thing. The second thing I have is, y'all idea of marriage out here, not y'all watching, I know y'all know better, but some of these stories I read, I'm like, people's ideas of marriage are crazy. Like they be getting in situations with their spouse that's like, yo, that's your, how you lay next to somebody and you doing them that dirty?
And then, right, it took her 7 years to find out because she, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, more foul, man. More foul than
Y'all listen, but y'all be doing this to people that y'all like
supposedly love.
I mean, I guess what I'm realizing is everybody's idea of marriage is something different. You know what I mean? Like, don't marry her unless he married her with the intent of getting a refi. You're like, let me get this refi. Let me get this refi. I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy.
Yo, man. Like, you know, I've been, you know, people that burnt me out of money and all kinds of stuff, you know, and the people that the only people who can burn me out of money are people I care about because I don't give people I don't care about no money.
Yeah.
So it just, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't understand the mindset of burning somebody that you care about out of money. Like, I don't get that mindset. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. I'm, you know, not that, you know, I see it all the time and I still don't like it's just a concept I cannot wrap my mind around. Like, why in the world would you do that to somebody who would take care of you? But I see the world is like that, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's the way the world really is. It's just so
it's a dog eat dog world. So Lance says one way or another, I'm getting half or I'm getting whole. My dude, you pick and choose.
It's going down in the deals.
Never co-sign. A lot of these stories always involve a co-sign. Yo, co-signing is like, how many families have split over somebody co-signing for something?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the crazy part.
Said this shit be the burn dead.
Yeah, man.
Nah, wow.
That said, give that man his flowers. Got her. He said,
yeah, my man, but
wow, bro.
He gonna get flowers, all right. He gonna be growing on top of his casket. He's supposed to be growing on top of his casket. You better
say like he said, boy's future, huh? Sensational. All right, let's see. Third, I understand her being angry, but is it worth losing your marriage? Yeah, she knew how he was before she entered this agreement. If she didn't, she didn't have any business marrying him. Great point. A lot of times, but you know, a lot of times folks be trying to ignore some of the warning signs, or the major thing is they're gonna change. Like, I'm gonna change them, and that goes for men and women. Men and women both think they can change somebody. If I get married, I'm gonna be at the altar with a 45. Whoa, 45. If you know you can't walk away now. If you cheat or do me dirty, you getting this pew pew. Wow.
The pew pew.
Wow.
Oh man, yo,
that's singing and flower bringing.
Yeah, man.
Sheesh.
Yeah, man.
All the guns is for.
The ladies not playing. The ladies not playing no games.
Yeah, they want all the smoke.
I want you to, you know, if you're thinking about partnering up, I think you better look at this comment section before you get yourself, you know, in a situation.
What you think all the guns is for?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. All right, so here we go. I got another one for y'all. You know, we got a couple more. There's two more.
They two an all-purpose war with the Rottweilers by the door.
Yeah, I'll keep them gunpowder. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get to this one here. Boom. All right. First sentence. My fiance wanted me to quit claim our home. I ran a background check and found her to be a fraud and a liar. So she lied about her age, her college education, has subject lawsuits, and was in the arrears with the IRS for over 50K. Right? So they have an 11-year relationship, right? They built a mega house on the lake as a retirement home. Because of her poor credit, she cannot finance a coffee pot. As a 44-year-old employee who is now retired, my credit allowed me to purchase whatever I desired. She inherited $1 million 9 years ago into our relationship upon her mother's passing because we were getting married, or so I thought. We made all the transactions in my name only. In 2 years, she has paid $437,000 on a mortgage. I too contributed. I was asked to leave after the completion of the house, and I tried to no avail to resolve our business differences. I asked for $7,600 for some things I wanted to be reimbursed for, and she refused. A few days after I left our home, I received a quit claim letter from her attorney asking me to sign. I refused and hired an attorney as well to deal with our division of assets. These transactions all occurred in the state of Tennessee. Shout out to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
We love you guys in
we love
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Listen, that's our second
Y'all
biggest.
love us. We love you back.
Shout out to Tennessee. I did a background check on my fiance and found her to be an absolute fraud and liar. I have tried to be more than fair with this woman, but because she was not the person she pretended to be all this time, I am more angry. I discovered after moving out and conducting a forensic background check and audit that she said she was married to a prominent business person, but she was not. I found her actual husband was a nobody, probably much like me. Damn, have some more self-confidence, bro. Also found that the land sold thereby where she received her inheritance was less than 80 acres, not 1,500 acres. She lied about her age and college education, had several past lawsuits, and was in the arrears with the IRS for $30K. She knows my friends, blah, blah, blah. She has multiple friends on Facebook I never heard of. The part that disturbs me as much as anything is that she knows people I have introduced to her through my friends at our lake house, including my oldest friend. Oh, so he put her all the way down. So hold up. Sounds like this brother was transparent with her, and she was half cap. I won't say all cap, half cap. So, man, how do you resolve a situation like that, Corey?
Man.
How do you resolve that
What
situation?
you think all the guns are for? I don't know, man. Like,
what do you do if you wake up tomorrow and find out that half of the stuff your wife told you throughout the years were lies, and you know y'all got a bunch of stuff tied together because of that?
Because we have children, I'm going to mitigate my answer, right? Because the answer with no children is going to be a lot different than my answer with children, right? Because I'm vindictive, right? So I would try to destroy everything in her life if you lie to me like that. But because we got children, my answer would be I'm probably just going to leave and take. I'm just going to leave and then take my kids and then let you go ahead and live your life and be prosperous at whatever it is you decide to do with the rest of your life.
Yeah, man.
But that's only because I have kids.
All right, so Lance says inform everyone was a quit claim deed is when you're signing over your rights to the property. So there's no title search, there's none of that, like none of the big hoopla that goes in a traditional transaction. You're signing a piece of paper that says any right that I have to this property is now going as yours. You know what I mean? So that's why she sent them the thing. Just quit claim it and make it mine and be out. And now they got that big mess. Mark's response is just damn. Yeah. Yo, so for anybody out there, you know, you got a significant other or a spouse. What do you do if you found out, that everything they told you was a lie, right? Say you're happy, right? Let's take this out. Say you're happy, but you found out everything, and specifically about finances, everything is a lie. What do you do?
Yeah,
can you even trust that person?
Yeah, like I said, the vindictive me without any children would literally try to destroy everything in her life. But because we got children, I would shy away from that and just be like, if you give me my kids, I'll mind my business.
That is interesting. Adrian said you're supposed to run a background check in the first 90 days. How many of y'all actually run background checks on people that you get serious with? You ran a background check on your wife, guys?
Not a official background check, but yeah, I kind of did. Not one of those private detective, nothing that deep, but I definitely, man, listen, man.
You went through a MySpace page or something, cuz? I know y'all been together so long, I had to say MySpace, but
yeah, well, 2003, yeah, MySpace. But no.
You saw who her top 8 was? It was like, let me find out who your top 8 is.
But I didn't do an official back. I didn't do I didn't do an FBI grade background check. I didn't do anything like that, but I definitely did some background.
Yo, how many of y'all was on MySpace? And how many of y'all that was on MySpace, y'all still friends with the folks that was in your top 8? That's what I want to know. So Ken says his money is gone. You might as well move on. It's not worth fighting over $7,000.
Not at all.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, because my man sounds like he's trying to stop from snapping, and he might end up costing himself more than $7,000.
Yeah.
Way before John. Also, Shay's with that too. So y'all be
y'all be get to the rest of these comments. You ain't get to the rest of these comments.
I didn't. Y'all be out here running background checks on folks. I ain't like, that's what part of the game it is. She had to show her hand at some point and refused to see what was right in front of him. Oh, okay. Exactly. Oh, y'all really be out here running background checks. Shay says yes. In bold. She does do background checks. Okay. You have to nowadays. Wow.
Yeah, shit get real out here. I ain't mad at him.
So Mark said he never did that before. Chastity said, yeah. Oh, Chastity, ho. First of all, shout out to Chastity, your lovely bride. Y'all just tied the knot. But you ran a background check on her, Chastity?
I'm 100% sure she did.
And Shay said FBI. Listen. I investigate everything. Sheesh.
Yeah, man.
Kahan with
a place where you can't go. Nah,
yeah,
bro.
Mate. Yeah, mate.
Yeah. You can't go Eminem, man. You can't do that, dog.
Background checking STD papers. I could see the second one. I just didn't know. I just didn't know that was like people.
Oh, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Credit score. But you know what? That's dope though. It's dope y'all having these kind of conversations because again, when you read some of these stories, folks be in marriages with kids and don't even really know each other. Not that you can know someone by just running a background check on them, but they don't be knowing these folks at all. All right, so I got one more story. But yeah, you see how crazy it gets in real life with this money, man.
Yeah, man.
Right, so I gotta see what y'all say about this one right here, because I ain't trying to offend none of our church folks in here, but this is another true story. My elderly stepfather and his pastor opened a bank account together. Is this normal? So John will do almost anything for his pastor. I'm sorry to laugh, y'all. I apologize, man. My 83-year-old mother is not in the best of health. She handles her finances and manages her property. Mother has been married to John for 48 years. John appears to have learning difficulties. The pastor of John's church opened a bank account and had John add his name. John will do anything for the pastor. I advised mother to call the bank to see if John will be financially responsible if the pastor were to write checks and not make good on the funds. And the bank basically said, yeah. So he's trying to get his mom to get some document stating that John cannot legally sign any document which could jeopardize their assets without knowledge. Is this normal? So I'm gonna ask you guys a question, right? Would you give your pastor a right to your finances? We're about to get the church fund about to be lit. It's crazy.
I'm going to say this. It's not as irregular as you think it is.
Okay.
Because I know people who, as part of their tithing, give not the pastor per se, but the church you know what I mean? Like to come get their money.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as far as a joint account, yeah, that's irregular as hell. But I know people that let the church go ahead and do what they want to do with their money, as far as tithing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, I know some deeply religious folks, and
that's who you got to do a background check on the pastor that's trying to get you to put him on the account. Yeah, I mean, here's my question though, right? So obviously his parents are elderly and they need help. Why ain't they come to you?
That church pull is strong, dog. That church pull crazy. Like, that's not even a question that popped in my mind because I know how old church people think. They think God is the answer to every single question, and so that's the what I mean. Like, so normally that's the first kind of question I would have, but when it comes to the church, dog, like, man.
Yeah, man, that's something. Man. That's something else right there, man. Mark said he is here for the stories. Yeah, the stories be wild. Shay says no.
Damn, yo. Like,
ain't nothing normal about that. Got Paul on his pension. All right, so Don says he'd have to lay hands on that man if he was his people.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. Pastor needs some deliverance, period. Yeah. Y'all about to pay tithes. I love my pastor, but no way. Yo, shout out to all the pastors out here doing good work. Because there's some pastors that are about the community and doing their thing.
Man. Pastor Eubanks, pastors like Pastor Eubanks, man.
Hey, listen, pastors are partner, man. So there's no shot at all pastors. Yeah,
this is not a shout at.
Pastors are like anything else. There's good and bad.
Good, bad, and ugly out here with everything, man. But that's
Adrian is out of control, yo. She said, I give the pastor the right knuckle of fellowship. I can't stand religious predators. I'm really not violent, y'all. I can't tell. You already talked about
yeah,
fucking
you
the
already
altar, laying hands on pastors. Adrian,
yeah,
listen.
Adrian coming with all the weapons.
Hey, listen, man. You from Chicago too, man? Like you know. Hey, Adrian, you ever been to NIMAG? I know that's a drawn question, but listen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Man, I like black in Chicago. I want to know if you've been to NIMAG. That's all. I'm a fan of black in Chicago. Well, yeah, man. Pastor about to get Paul's whole pension, man. Oh man, listen.
Yeah,
This is
as a family member, man, I might have to go lay hands on the pastor. I might have to give them some real religion, dog.
yeah, y'all. You just got to be careful out here, man. Listen, man. So, but Adrian is hilarious, yo. I stopped going to church because of religion and religious folk. I ask questions and vehemently disagree outright with pimps of the pulpit. Listen, that's some of them. I mean, like I said, it's crazy out here. Adrian crazy, yo. All right, listen. So, with that being said, man, thank you guys for tuning in with us. Right, I want you guys to go check out our most recent podcast. Right, we got Justin Green in our podcast, who's a real estate investor right here in Philly, who's doing crazy things. It's a guy who went from being a teacher to being a full-time real estate entrepreneur and investor. That's up there now. The next podcast, we got this brother, Andre Haynes, speaking of Chicago. This brother's from the south side of Chicago, grew up in the projects, and is now a full-time investor and doing amazing stuff. He talks about how he used one specific loan program to buy $2 million in real estate.
Damn.
So he got $2 million in real estate with no money of his own. So that's fire. That drops this Wednesday. We got a lot of dope stuff in that we got in the can that's coming out, but you know our pod comes out every once a week. We got we got the Cash Flow Bros coming up. Man, what else? We got so much stuff, man.
We got mortgage people. We got cash flow bros. We got this person, that. We got lined up for y'all, man.
It's a lot of stuff. It's definitely a lot of stuff coming up. So I want y'all to tune in for that because but you got to go check out the most recent one because his story about being a teacher and like really parlaying it from a teacher to being a full-time real estate entrepreneur was kind of dope, right? And he talks about how to find deals and the strategies used to find deals and whatnot. So that's dope. But this brother Andre Haynes next week is also amazing. Like I said, he used the program to kind of just run up a bag, $2 million. Also, I know we got one recorded with Nadja Roberts. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her, but she runs. She's partners with Hill Harper with their wallet, their crypto wallet. And
Nice.
she runs a bunch of other programs in the crypto space. She runs a camp just like we do to teach kids crypto or Bitcoin specifically. So we got all that stuff that's done, that's coming up. Just be on the lookout for a lot of stuff that we're putting together. For the folks that aren't in the MDC, you definitely want to join the MDC because we got so much fire coming to the MDC. Tone is putting together a full options course to start from scratch to go all the way up to what we call launching rockets, like to do the stuff that he does. That's coming to the MDC. We got the spoon course, the cover call course. And the other thing is I was working on a course and I actually recorded a lot of it, but I'm scratching it and I'm going to do a live course for the folks in the MDC on how to get free Bitcoin daily. So be on the lookout for that. It's probably not going to be this week. Shout out to anybody who's watching from EYL because I know a lot of that this link was sent to some of the EYL folks because we're doing a class in their university this week. But after this week is over with and we finish that, be on the lookout for the live free Bitcoin course because that's going to be strictly for the MDC. And it's going to be in October. So this week is what? So look about 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to have that. I'm going to do the course. We're going to do it live with everybody. I'm going to invite y'all on. Y'all going to be able to ask questions live and I'm going to be able to walk you through some of the stuff live. And the reason I decided to do that is because some of the strategies, I want to make sure you actually get it as opposed to watching it. So we're going to do that as a live class. And there's no charge for that if you're in the MDC. If you're already in the MDC, you ain't got to pay for it. So, that's what it is, man. But and we'll record it and put the recording in the back office of the MDC too, so you'll always have access to it. But with that being said, man, I just want to say thank you guys, man. We love kicking it with you on Fridays, having these conversations. Adrian, if you're still watching, you gotta go watch that what is it? Alice in Borderland. You got to go watch that, Adrian. You got to watch that. That's pretty dope. It's like 8 episodes. Also, Why the Last Man on Hulu. Core.
Yo,
it's not bad, bro.
It's not bad.
Not bad, bro.
Okay.
It's not bad. Listen,
I had to let you watch it first because I knew
I'm not gonna lie, I'm only 2 episodes in, but here's the thing, right? So for those who don't know what we're talking about, Why the Last Man is a show on Hulu, or it's on FX, but it's showed on Hulu. Why the Last Man? I've been saying this for years and years and years. It's a graphic novel, and when I read it, I swear that Why the Last Man is the single greatest graphic novel I've ever read. It's probably one of the best bodies of work I've ever read in terms of a book. And they made it into a TV show. And Corey said it's going to be trash because FX is doing it. Because Corey got something against FX. But it's kind of fire, yo.
Okay.
Kind of fire.
Listen, I wanted to let you watch it first. I'm not really.
Now, obviously,
skeptical about FX, man.
Now, here's what I will say. The graphic novel is still, because the graphic novel to me is the single greatest. Now, speaking of single greatest, I think this past week, and this might be recency bias, I got to sit with this a minute, and I didn't really want to say this. I think I've actually watched the single greatest piece of content I've ever seen. Complete, period. It's a PBS documentary on Muhammad Ali, right? Thing about it is very long. So I was traveling, so I was watching it. It's like 4 episodes, and each episode is 2 hours a piece. But when I say, first of all, it's done. I mean, listen, it's just completely brilliant. You talk about digging into someone's life, showing the good, the bad, the ugly. It's amazing. It's on PBS, by the way. What's the guy's name that does all the documentaries? Because he did this one too. What's his name? It's the Yakubian dude.
Yeah, I don't remember.
What's the guy's? Anybody know who I'm talking? Oh yeah, that's it. Burns. Ken Burns. Ken Burns.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's considered to be like the greatest
documentarian.
Yeah. So like Mark says, all his joints. And yeah, Adrian got it too. Ken Burns. That's his name. I'll be forgetting all the 6 F names. But he did this Ali doc. And bro, when I tell you, like, literally as I'm watching it, I went through every emotion, from being excited to being happy to being sad to being in tears to being angry, everything. And I'm like, yo, and first off, this is a story where I thought I knew every part of it. He discovered and found things, and I'm like, yo, he's a genius. Like, I don't really give certain folks credit, but sometimes I just gotta like give it up. Like, dog, pause.
Man, listen, if it's great work, it's great work.
Man. Like, I can't even, like, it's undeniable, man. In my AZ voice, it's undeniable. Yeah. So like, it's on PBS. It's just amazing, man. It's called Muhammad Ali. I think it's actually just called Muhammad Ali. So that might be the single greatest piece of content I've ever seen, and it has nothing to do with, well, I guess it is Black wealth. Muhammad Ali is Black wealth, so it is what it is. So Cookie says, do I need to read the book first? No, you don't. You can just watch it and you'll understand it. Definitely don't got to read the book first. Cookie, look, we can't wait to have you, Cookie, because we ain't going nowhere. We're gonna keep building that out, and like I said, our new program, everybody's a partner. So
going nowhere.
Dr. Carr. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Carr. Yo, Dr. Carr is
Greg Carr.
Dr. Carr is a legend and brilliant. I'm a huge fan. So his documentary on the history of Black classical music jazz was really good. Yeah, his documentaries are crazy. Funny thing is, after watching this, and I've watched some of his documentaries in the past, they used to show them in school and whatnot. But now I want to go back and like revisit them after watching the Ali joint. I'm like, anyway. That brought up the question about Malcolm Ratton. Yeah, man. So between that and the Blood Brothers doc, which is another great book. Anyway, man, I could be all day talking about documentaries and books, man. But Adrian got me TV to watch, so I got to finish Why the Last Man. But definitely, you guys. He covers the documentary you spoke of. Okay, I didn't see Dr. Carr's thoughts on the documentary, but I'm gonna go look that up right now. The documentary was so dope that I'm going to forget everything that I said I was going to watch. I'm going to go look up. I want to hear Dr. Carr's opinion of the doc, because it just blew me away. I ain't going to lie to you. So, with that being said, everybody, man, check us out for those in the MDC, or if you're just in Body Hood University, you're not in the full MDC. If you're in DYO, or if in MDC group, make sure you tune in Sunday. This Sunday at noon, we have our class every Sunday. Bring any questions you have about real estate, DeFi, crypto, options. Bring it to the class noon on Sunday. We'll be live. It'll be myself, Corey, Spoon, Tone, Passa, and Jay. So tune in this Sunday. We'll be there. We appreciate your support as always, man. Thank you guys, and we love you guys, man. Peace.